Again, in chapter 8 of Ezra, we see a very beautiful moment in Scripture, one that I appreciate because I am one who spends a lot of time studying spirituality, leaning into practices of the historic Christian faith. As they prepare for this long, arduous, and dangerous journey, Ezra calls to the people. There, by the Ahava Canal, I proclaimed a fast, so that we might humble ourselves before our God and ask Him for a safe journey for us and our children with all our possessions. I was ashamed to ask the king for soldiers and horsemen to protect us from enemies on the road, because we had told the king, the gracious hand of our God is on everyone who looks to Him. So we fasted and petitioned our God about this, and He answered our prayer. You remember, in ancient times, kings and leaders were almost of godlike status, sometimes literally godlike status. And so instead of going to these authorities, going to these powers that really do have the power to offer safe passage, these people, this man, turned to the real God and asked for this. It's a reminder that this is not a book or a story about how great Ezra is, but about how great and faithful God is. Ezra wants people to know that the journeys, the big plans, the ambitious goals on the part of God's people begin in prayer, humble and earnest prayer and fasting in this case. Prayer doesn't guarantee success. I know some people think it does, and then they're terribly upset when their plans don't work out. I don't know why prayer isn't always as effective as we wish it could be, especially in times of injustice or illness. I know the historic and apologetic answers, but they're not too helpful when you're asking for the cancer to be removed and it's not. Even so, I believe that prayer and other practices of the soul are in fact very life-giving and important to the life well lived. Is there a practice that you have meant to try that you haven't? Maybe today is a good day to try it. Is there a practice you would like to know more about? Please let me know. I'd be happy to discuss them or make videos about them. And if I haven't tried the one you mentioned, I'd be happy to give that a go. I would love to have a little bit more interaction with these videos if people have questions or ideas of things we could cover. But I do know this, that every time you read the Bible, anytime you see somebody doing something powerful and important and good, you will see somebody who's taking a spiritual practice to heart. They'll be meditating on the Word, they'll be slowing down, they'll be praying, they'll be fasting, whatever it is. It would be good for us to try to learn some of these practices, see which ones jive with us, see which ones work well for us and do them. Not that we have to do all of them, but surely some of them will work wonderfully for us.